Coming up on this episode of DL Weekly, we have a date for a new Disneyland documentary. Disneyland Forward has its first step. A new color milk is coming to Batuu.
Imagineering is getting a new tool. Refurbishments are heating up. A massive amount of sweets and treats are coming to the resort, which we talk about, and more. DL Weekly starts now.
Howdy, partners! For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast. And be sure to watch your ears. If any of you folks are wearing hats or glasses, best remove them, because Tag and Teresa have the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Well, hello and welcome to this episode of DL Weekly for the week of January 7th, 2026. I'm Teresa Urban.
And I'm Tag Bushbid. We would like to thank everyone who supports the show. This week, we'd like to give a special shout out to Jeanette S., Abby B., Andrea M., and Devin O. for your continued support. If you would like to help support the show and get ad-free versions of each episode, access to our supporter-only chat, and a bunch of other perks, I believe we should be picking our next book club book soon. Head on over to DLWeekly.net/support and become an official weekly tier.
Now let's get to the news.
Dateline DL Weekly. Fiction becomes fact as the mysterious subcontinent reveals a legendary podcast. After 2,000 years, two hosts have been unearthed by famed archaeologist Dr. Henry Indiana Jones. Scholarly research laid the groundwork for Jones's discovery. Thus, the jungles of DL Weekly become the destination for listeners worldwide. And what a destination it is! Until next week, this is Eye on Breaking News.
The newest Disneyland documentary we are all waiting for has a release date. Disneyland Handcrafted will premiere on Disney Plus and Disney YouTube on January 22nd. The film covers the creation of Disneyland with rare, first-hand archival footage leading up to the opening in July 1955. Leslie Iwerks and her team searched through over 100 hours of raw material from Disneyland in its earliest days.
So I don't know if I just didn't remember the full trailer for this or not, but there is a trailer associated with the link in the show notes. And I felt like it was like a longer trailer than I had seen before or something, with some more footage that I feel like I hadn't seen before. But I'm very excited for this. I'm a little surprised in a way that this is getting posted to not only Disney Plus but also YouTube, because I felt like this would be something that would be just on Disney Plus, like the Imagineering story or what was the ride one?
Well, I'm curious how they're going to do this with YouTube. If they're gonna is there going to be episodes like we had with the Imagineering story? Is this just one long form documentary? So it's like, whatever, like 2 hours or whatever. And if it is, then are they going to break it up into pieces when they release it on YouTube? I'm very curious about the YouTube aspect on this as well.
I think it'll just go.
There's a lot more stuff that they've been releasing on Disney Plus and YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like a lot of those like niche, like theme park fan stuff they've been putting on YouTube and Disney Plus. And I assume that they're just not getting as much, like if they're going to, to get their benefit back from it or whatever, opening it to a wider audience of Disney fans on YouTube might help kind of recoup some of that. But I'm really excited for this. I think that watching footage that's never been seen before, they've done a lot of digitization and like cleanup of a lot of stuff. I did find it funny, the Disney Parks blog post on this was like, who is Leslie Iwerks? And what are her, like, I'm like, that's an interesting.
But you know what? I think that's good because I think a lot of people have, they know Leslie's name because probably of the Imagineering story most recently, but she's also done other Disney documentaries. But I think people forget her family connections to the company, which of course started with her grandfather, Ub Iwerks, who was Walt's original animator, and he was the designer co-creator of none only than Mickey Mouse. But then her dad also worked for the company. His name is Don Iwerks. He's a camera technician and also inventor. So like she's like third generation Disney. So not only does she have ties with the company, like as it being part of her career, but she also has familial ties with the company as well.
I'm just very excited for it.
Me too. And the thing that's wild, and I feel like we kind of said this about the new book that came out for Disneyland 70th that Don Hahn had.
I still haven't got to that book yet.
The fact that they, how are they still uncovering new, never before seen footage, information, photos, all that kind of stuff. So that's just like crazy exciting to me.
The awesome people at the archives. That's how it's happening.
Well, then you just wonder, like, how much stuff is there really? Like, that's just
Well,
incredible.
then you got stuff like Marty Sklar, like boxes and boxes
his
of
like
stuff.
personal collection of stuff. And
Yeah.
That's true. And more stuff will just keep coming and coming.
It's true. Well, something else to be very excited about is the first part of the Disneyland Forward project has a permit with work beginning soon. The permit is for a 3.2 million square foot, 8-level open parking structure with 302 EV charging spots. This is the first part that needs to be completed before the additional capacity can be built and opened with the rest of the project. The new structure should hold 6,000 vehicles and feature a rideshare area and a transit hub. Construction is predicted to begin after Run Disney at the end of January because the space is currently used to facilitate that event.
I am curious because of the Run Disney ties here, what that means if the Run Disney events, if they're going to be put on pause until this is completed, or what,
so.
Where they're going to be relocated. I have questions about what Run Disney is going to look like with this big change. Did you watch David from Fresh Bake's video on this?
I've watched like 3 David from Fresh Bake's videos, just his construction updates.
Yeah.
Did he do one just for the parking?
He did.
Oh, okay.
Which was like he was walking around and like was finding like kind of
I saw
showing
that.
like what the area looks like now,
Yeah.
all the different markings that are on the ground. He had done some, I don't remember exactly how big it was, but basically measured what like Mickey and Friends and Pixar Pal, what that structure, how big that structure is versus how big the space is that they're creating the new parking structure behind Harbor. I don't know what to call it. The Eastern Gateway project was something we reported on, cripes, I think when we first started DL Weekly in 2017. That was like the big thing. That's not what they're calling this, but that's what I keep, like, that's what keeps coming to mind
This one,
with
right?
this. But yeah. So I'm just, this is baffling. Like it's a lot of parking. That's what it is. A lot of parking. I can't wait to see this all take shape.
Because this is what you were talking about,
Yeah.
right? Where he okay.
Later
I'll put the
on.
link in the show notes to this too, because this might be something interesting if you're interested in seeing how all this stuff comes together.
Yeah, there's poor David walking around in the rain trying to.
Yeah, so he's doing like measurements of Mickey and Friends, Pixar Pals. Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff. Of course, he has like the concept art from the original thing, and he walked around through some of it. He's got a lot of interesting things kind of going on here. Like they've got these like markings and stuff all around the area, which like I find like super fascinating of how all this works. And what's funny is you and I walked this way, and it's so funny that like that's going to end up being
That's
like
the
part of
random
it.
little section where there suddenly was no sidewalk. Remember that?
Yes.
They were just walking along, and the sidewalk just
Yes.
went away. I was talking with someone, actually a weekly tier, who's planning a Disneyland vacation. And we were talking, we're being nerdy and just talking about other stuff. And I'm so curious what this new entrance project, whatever you want to call this thing, because we haven't coined a name for, Disney hasn't coined a name for
I just call it
yet.
the Eastern Gateway Project still.
We'll keep calling it that. But I'm so curious what that's going to do for all of us that go and stay at the hotels, because some of those hotels that are kind of tucked back a little bit further, that are maybe a little less desirable now because it is further walking distance, are those going to suddenly now be more like, feel like right across the park entrance type things? Is it going to be easy for pedestrians to kind of go into this new transportation hub to zip on into the parks quicker than it would be to walk over? I'm just real interested to see how this whole thing kind of takes shape and comes together.
Yeah, it could be
like those, like the Suncoast Park Hotel right there, like because that's like back there, and then there's one.
Yeah, because this will feel close if there's the problem is the rumors have it anyway that there's not going to be like a tram like there is for Mickey and Friends.
But still, you're at least not having to go up and down and all around,
I suppose.
It's more of a straight shot.
But I feel like Disney should put the effort in and put some type of tram or something, or a moving, like at the airport, like a moving walkway or something. Yeah. Because like this area here, I'm showing this on the stream, so sorry, audio people. But there's the section where the old hotel was that goes out to Harbor that Disney bought, and they tore it down, and then they've got it's basically between the Camelot and the Tropicana. That's where that bridge is going to take people across. So it's kind of like, that's just a long way, and there's not a lot of room there. So I get like why like Disney wouldn't put necessarily like a tram, I guess. I don't know. I feel like,
well, and that bridge is going to be elevated. So if they do something like a tram type system or even a people mover system, then you got to worry about extra safety precautions and stuff like that so people don't do silly things.
Now that I'm saying that, it's only the equivalent of walking from the front gate to like Storybook Land, distance-wise.
But it's so well Oh, there we go. A Skyway, one of the folks in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I like the People Mover even better.
Let's do both. Let's have a People Mover and let's have a Skyway. I mean, why not? Maybe the People Mover can like go underground or something. It can go under Harbor Boulevard instead of over.
Maybe.
We've got ideas, Disney. You just call us when you need some
But this
ideas.
just means that stuff is starting, though, because now, once they get parking capacity, then they'll be able to start working on the other stuff. Because remember, a lot of the concept art shows that the parking capacity that's over on either side of the Disneyland Hotel is supposed to be that expansion for Disneyland Forward.
Yeah.
Well, they need to replace those spots somewhere.
This is the first like domino to start to kick it off, started us off.
I still think Disney should buy, every time I think about it, I think Disney should buy Garden Walk. And then like convert this to another, instead of converting the current Toy Story lot into the shopping district there, I think that this should just be like another theme park or more parking or something. Anyway, there's lots of ideas. Maybe that should be an episode or a bonus that we do sometime where we just talk about what we would do with the area.
There you go. Well, at the milk stand in Galaxy's Edge, we have had blue milk, green milk, and now there's a new color in town, pink milk. Starting on January 8th, the new variation will be available at the milk stand in Batuu. No official word on what flavor the drink will be, but, it could be something maybe like, it kind of is given like a watermelon color look to it, but yeah, I'm curious. What is your take on blue or green milk? Or
I don't really like them.
I'm
not a fan. I'm
not that big of a fan either. So I'm curious about pink milk because maybe we're pink milk people.
Maybe.
I did see, I think it was Laughing Place. I should pull this up and I should have linked it if I was smarter earlier today. They had a thing where it talked about like, James would love this because it talks about like pink milk is actually like part of the Star Wars universe canon, all that kind of stuff. Let me pull that up because it was in, I think it was a comic.
All right, here.
Yep, right there. Straight from the pages of the Star Wars comic. I'm very curious. So Star Wars Sana Staros. How do you Staros?
Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah.
It was introduced in the first issue of the 2023 Star Wars Sana Staros Ministries from Marvel Comics. So there it is. There's pink milk. It exists in the printed world of Star Wars and soon to exist on Batuu West.
I'm trying to see where they have.
Those are the creatures that are.
Oh yeah, right here. That pink milk.
Yep, those are the creatures that make the pink milk.
Okay, I'm going to put this in the show notes. So if people want
to see the
comic
and the origination story of pink milk, we're not going to be there on January 8th, clearly because that's just 2 days away from the recording of this episode. But I can't wait to hear what people have to say about this.
I'm sure it'll be all over social media.
Well, it's just so interesting that there's no description, It doesn't say like, oh yeah, it's made with this, that, and the other, So sure. I'm just so curious.
They want it to be a mystery, to build excitement and anticipation. Walt Disney Imagineering is bringing a more and more common home process to the parks. Hattie, a 3D printing company, has partnered with Disney to create a boat that will be installed in the Jungle Cruise in Disney World as a prop. The process from design to completion will be sped up with the 3D printing process as opposed to the previous model process that could take thousands of hours to get just right. The new 3D printing technique takes only 70 robot hours.
That's wild. So again, this boat will be going to the Walt Disney World version of the Jungle Cruise. But I just think it's interesting to think like, what other things could something, well, for those of you that are joining us for the live stream, no, Tag is actually going to be the proud owner of his own 3D printer later this week when it arrives. But, something that was, more of like a fun little home hobby that you can make all sorts of cool things could then take place and be part of theme parks. And maybe not necessarily part of like actual ride vehicles, but at least part of like
not yet anyway.
Theming and stuff like that. I mean, we've seen it with, I feel like they've made it like use it for like different models and maybe like maquette looking things and different kind of smaller pieces like that. But to have a boat is pretty wild.
I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess 3D printing now is just getting to a point where it's really good. Like the technology's matured, so it's a lot easier to make a lot of these things. And there's finishing techniques that people have developed to, they can paint it in certain ways, or they can do different things with the surface so it doesn't look like a 3D printed surface. And this company makes like large 3D printed things, so now they can do more stuff like that. So I think more and more things will be coming to the parks that were 3D printed. One of the pluses of this is that from concept to opening, this could really expedite a lot of that process that they spent a lot of time doing.
Well, and plus, they're just 3D printing the bones, right? You still need the artisans to make it look as it should in whatever world or theme it will then be residing in, because you're not going to be able to print it and just be like, oh.
Well, and you need an artist to make the model that it prints. Like, it doesn't just come out that way.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very curious to see what the future holds for that. Well, as the holiday season winds down, the refurbishment calendar is heating up. The Mark Twain Riverboat will be closing on January 12th through the 16th. The Haunted Mansion will return to the non-holiday overlay, its original roots, it'll be closed. It'll be closed to transform January 11th through the 23rd. The Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind is closed, but will reopen January 23rd. And the Incredicoaster, also currently closed, but is scheduled to reopen on February 6th. I think the interesting thing for me here, we know that, the Haunted Mansion always goes through its un-holiday overlay, whatever you want to call that. But there was a lot of speculation with the Incredicoaster and the Emotional Whirlwind being down, and there's a lot of hopes online that could this be because they're going to start on the new Coco attraction, and that was why these were going to be going down for a time, because when they first appeared on the calendar, it was a like to be determined kind of thing. There was no end date in sight, but there is now an end date. So that phase of the Disneyland Forward is not to the breaking ground part just yet.
Well, the other thing that I think is important to remember too is I don't know if you've looked at it recently, especially we talked about David's Fresh Baked construction videos, is Inside Out needs a little paint job.
Needs a little TLC.
Yeah. And then the Incredicoaster's been going up and down and up and down. So I think that like maybe some of this work is related to the Coco stuff, because I think they've been doing, if you've been following it at all, it seems like they're doing a lot of work with like underground utilities and stuff. So maybe it's like they're moving some of those and those power some of these things.
Could be.
But as a bonus, hopefully they're also like maintaining the attraction. So we'll see how
doing
that goes.
It the regularly scheduled maintenance.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, the first part of the construction to bring Porto's Bakery and Cafe to Downtown Disney has started. The 2 ticket booths closest to the old Earl of Sandwich location have been torn down to make way for the new eatery.
The thing that was a little wild about this was demolition seemed to be happening like during the day. So park guests were actually able to see these buildings being, taken down with big heavy machinery. So I thought that was interesting, because I feel like typically they try and do these things, maybe overnight when there's not guests that are there, that it's kind of, disrupting and being loud, but it's also outside of the parks and not in the theme park. So maybe they were not thinking too many guests were going to be bothered by it. I'm not sure.
Did you see, by the way, that this video happened to be during the time that like it's the Mickey that they're tearing down?
Oh no.
I was like, I feel like Disney should have taken that part of it like manually down. But then David was saying that they tore kind of the roofs off of these, but then they left some of the walls up. So he wasn't sure what was going on with that. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
This whole process. It is kind of sad to see like ticket booths go away. Not booths, but
like how long had those ticket booths been in place there? Like, it's kind of interesting to think about what that area is going to look like, because every time we've gone, we've always walked past those ticket booths.
Yeah.
Look at that. April in the chat pointed out that the booths are already missing from the app map. They've been digitally erased as well.
Well, that's like the easiest way to erase it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just want to pull this up now because I'm like, oh, did they? Oh, cool. I love how April look. Oh yeah, there they are. They're gone.
Poof. Yeah, and we've got just
the building is gone.
The lovely big green block, which is what they do whenever they're transforming stuff. So, like, remember when Bugs Land went away?
they added the little thing in the middle of the
little music
Has that been
box.
there for a long time?
It has.
Yeah,
That's
well.
okay, Tig.
I don't look at the Esplanade part of the app. Like, I'm trying to see some other stuff.
That is okay. Well, with the holiday season nearly over, the 70th celebration can take center stage once more. Wondrous Journeys will return on January 8th, and the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade will return on January 9th. Paint the Night is also returning, but at the end of the month on January 30th. These join World of Color Happiness and Tapestry of Happiness through August 9th when the Halloween Time celebration returns.
Yeah, so I'm excited this stuff's coming back. I mean, it's not really like crazy unexpected news. I guess there was maybe some ambiguity of whether these things were going to come back or not, but very excited that Wondrous Journeys is coming back. I think, again, I've said it before, it's like my number 2 favorite fireworks show that Disney's ever done, and then at Disneyland. And then Paint the Night, of course, I love, which is interesting that they're like waiting a little bit for Paint the Night to come back.
I wonder if it's something like moving the Christmas parade off stage, moving all the floats back to Disneyland. And then I wonder also if it's just refresh for the performers too.
Sure.
If they need time to, I don't want to say practice, but I don't know what else how else to say it.
Rehearse some more.
Yeah, there you
or
go.
whatever.
Rehearsal. Yeah, need some rehearsing time.
Also of note is the Pixar Pals celebration, Better Together, is not coming back. And that is because of the construction that's going to be going on where they park the parade floats for California Adventure.
So then there goes back our thought process of, ooh, maybe this is some little bits of, Coco happening. But it's just going to be weird because someone pointed out the Coco attraction, some of the backstage work happening and starting for that. Someone pointed out, though, this is kind of going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting summer for DCA because now the Hyperion's been closed since 2020?
A long time, yeah.
So we haven't had any big shows in the Hyperion Theater.
That's 6 years now.
I know, isn't that wild? And now we also don't have a daytime parade at DCA. So your quote unquote big entertainment offerings really is just World of Color Happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise there's all the entertainment is over, the quote unquote big entertainment happenings are all over in Disneyland now. Of course, you've got like the little ambiance kind of entertainment stuff.
Yeah, like the stuff at Avengers Campus and whatever.
Yeah. And like the people of Buena Vista Street and those fun little interactions, Five and Dime, those sorts of things.
Aaron does point out that, yes, there was, after COVID, there was the Marvel.
Right, the Marvel.
What was that
Captain
called?
America. I just remember I Can Do This All Day.
Rogers the
song.
Musical.
Rogers the Musical, yes. Yeah, that was only like a summer season, I think. I don't even think
it was a full summer
year.
because remember it was only for a couple.
Yeah, that was pretty temporary as well. So
I think they need to get something back in the Hyperion. I don't know why they're taking so
100%.
long to get there. And I think especially if they're going to close down Monsters Inc., which could happen any time, like they're going to need that capacity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, capacity is coming to DCA because we've got 2 new attractions coming to Avengers Campus.
Yeah,
and
but
then, that's all down
years.
the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still need people eaters, as we like to call it, happening so that, because otherwise you're just putting way too much stress on the attractions that are there, and then your wait times get out of hand. So
did you see that my chat reported that like all the Magic Keys were blocked out, so all the like food booths for the food things were like pretty calm?
Yeah,
because like that's kind of a locals thing to do.
100%.
Well, the Walt Disney Company took part in the 137th Rose Parade in Pasadena, California last week. The yellow horseless carriage from Disneyland featuring Mickey and Minnie led the section, and Kermit the Frog appeared on the Visit Mississippi float, which is where Muppets creator Jim Henson is from.
Oh, very, very fun.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. One of these days, maybe I need to get down and see the Tournament of Roses parade. The problem is you got to be there on the 1st, like New Year's Day, because that's when all this stuff happens. And this year, there was quite a bit of rain. And
it was a little soggy, that parade.
But did you look at the cute little
the Kermit?
Yeah,
yes, very, very cute. So we just wanted to take a real quick moment because unfortunately, since the last time we had a DL Weekly episode, the Disney community has suffered some pretty impactful and very big losses. First, Imagineer Patty Tilch passed away at the beginning of the month on December 4th. Joe Rohde had a really beautiful little memorandum write-up that he shared on his Instagram about her.
We also lost Imagineer, who worked on Main Street USA and Disneyland Paris, some Space Mountain stuff, and a bunch of other things. Imagineer Eddie Soto passed away. Wasn't very old, actually. I think he was 67 or something like that.
Well, I think that's the difficult thing with these passings is it feels like these people
aren't that old.
And then
67. And
then the one that was quite impactful, especially to the Disney creator community, of course, was Adam LeWoo, who suddenly and unexpectedly passed away on December 22nd. And that really sent, ripples through the community. Well-deserved, because he was, we met him, I think it was our first D23, our paths crossed briefly. And he just seemed to just kind of exude kindness, and he just seemed very down to earth. And really one of the kind of original theme park vloggers when you think back on the history of stuff. He, of course, was more known for Walt Disney World stuff, and then also kind of doing stuff throughout the U.S. and like going to all sorts of fun and interesting things like Route 66 and all that stuff. But he also had spent time in Southern California and spent a lot of time at Disneyland and was filming a lot of stuff at Disneyland for several years too.
My first video that I ever saw of him was he was doing some like a filming location video for like Back to the Future.
Yes.
And what was cool about his videos was he would take like a picture from the movie, and then he would like hold it up and be like, see this? Because that's what I feel like a lot of those type of videos are missing, is like they don't do a comparison. They're like, yeah, here it is. And you're like, okay, now I need to go watch the movie to remember this. But he would do like a screenshot and he would bring it with him. And he had done a lot of stuff. And what's really sad was, did you look at his channel after his passing?
Yeah.
So like the day before he passed, because he posted a video every day.
Daily. Yeah.
He posted this video and like everything seemed great. He had this fun time running around with the Grinch in Celebration, Florida. And then like he's just gone. And so a lot of people in the comments on that video, and I think on Reddit where I saw some of this, were just saying that like, because he would always at the end of his thing, well, he was known for two sayings. He was like,
his piping hot
come with me,
beverage.
Shall you? And then at the end he'd always say like, the vlog is over. And people were like, that last one hit really hard. So yeah. And of course our friend David Freshbake that we talk about all the time, they were friends. So that creator community is a really tight knit community.
Well,
so
and that was
sad.
The other cool thing about Adam was that he was like everyone's cheerleader. And like, I think it's so cool to see all these people share different stories of how he impacted their life in one way or another, whether it was someone like Justin Scard, who had known him for years and literally started vlogging because Adam was doing it, and like how much he would cheer Justin on to like do stuff and like, not push outside of your comfort zone necessarily, but like don't just talk about it, do it. And like, was kind of just a great support for so many people. And he would reach out to different folks that were starting on their own YouTube channels and loved collaborating with people just because he thought it was fun, not because it was, some business move or something like that. He just really enjoyed supporting his friends and supporting other creators, whether it was art or social media or, whatever. So we feel for all of his supporters, his friends, his community, his Disney community, his YouTube community, but most importantly, his family, because he was also a son and a brother to his wonderful family members. And they, we think about them during this very, very difficult time as they try and navigate, what comes next.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Heimlich. My stomach is so empty. Hey, help me to go find something to eat. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Well, this week, buckle up for SnackChat, because I don't even know what to call what Disney released, because it's more than a foodie guide. They're calling it just the new 2026 sweets and treats that are coming to Disneyland, and holy buckets. It's sweets, it's treats, but they also are talking about, there's some menus that are getting some pretty big overhauls that they chat about in here too. And like, I'm not kidding. I saw somewhere somebody's like apparently went through and counted that there's like 90 different items, but you don't have to double check. I did not count them, but I was just like, holy cow.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here.
We're going to just go through the highlights, aka what the new things are, because if we went through every single item on this list, we would be here
for a long
A
time.
very long time. We'd be here until next week's podcast.
I also would like to just preface that some of these things say new, but Teresa and I feel like there's a tickle in our brains that some of these things that say
I
new
know
have
for
been around.
sure one of them has, because that was your first ever I like cold brew experience. So I know that's new, but maybe they're tweaking the recipe. But anyways, starting in Disneyland, because we love Disneyland, right? We're starting at the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. There is a lemon chiffon tea. This sounds delightful. Sweet tea topped with a lemon chiffon foam. Now, I know you maybe would steer away from this because you're not a fan of lemon. But I'm really curious about this because iced tea and lemon, right, goes super well together. So I'm curious about the creamy factor with the foam, mixing that in. That's starting this weekend, January 8th.
Yeah, so most of these things are starting January 8th. This one I actually have on my list of things to try is at Tiana's Palace. They have a sweet, now I don't like spicy, but I like everything else about this. It's the sweet heat beignet chicken sandwich, which is fried chicken, buffalo sauce, and a creamy slaw on fresh beignets served with collard greens and house-made pickles.
This looks delicious.
Crazy.
And also messy.
It looks crazy.
But delicious.
Do you think the sweetness would cut down the spiciness, maybe?
I think you'd be okay.
Wow.
We'll have to see what other people's reviews are, because a lot of people are like, is it theme park spicy? Is it more spicy than what a typical theme park
Disney
spice level
has
is?
been up in their spice game, though, because I feel like the mix of guests down there, I think there's a lot of people that are more used to like culturally spice. Yeah.
Okay, Harbor Galley. Yuzu lemonade. So it's a refreshing lemonade with a touch of floral yuzu juice and rainbow jelly topping. That
sounds interesting.
Looks very interesting because it looks kind of like you need a straw and maybe a spoon, because you've got all those delicious looking jelly pieces that look to be bigger than like a boba would. So I don't know if they'd go through one of those thick straws or not. But
do you think they would like disintegrate as it sat there?
I don't
wouldn't
know.
Jell-O disintegrate into the liquid?
It looks super refreshing. And something else that's returning. I know we're not supposed to talk about returning things, but we really enjoyed this. It's at Cafe Daisy, the Miss Daisy. It's made with Minute Maid Zero Sugar Lemonade and a blue cotton candy syrup. I think I got this like 2, maybe 3 times during our multiple trips last year, because it was delightful and refreshing.
Over at DCA at Schmoozies, there is a new strawberry, hazelnut, chocolate, and pistachio Mickey shake, which has a strawberry shake with pistachio whip topping, fried katifi, and chocolate sauce. I'm so sorry that I butchered that.
So at the Cappuccino Cart, which is located just outside of San Francisco Square, there is a new Mickey-shaped cinnamon roll macaron, which is a cinnamon roll macaron shell filled with cream cheese buttercream and cinnamon caramel.
Doesn't that look good?
It looks beautiful.
Here's the thing. If this is going to be like the Snickers one, where it's going to be like hard, I don't want it.
It was a little too cold.
But if this is like room temperature or maybe just slightly chilled, I think it'll be wonderful. I mean, they did use it as like the banner picture for this entire post. What were you going to say about the goodies?
Hope. So there's new novelties that are coming to the resort, which are also celebrating the 70th anniversary. There is a very cute Jiminy Cricket sipper, which of course includes choice of beverage at the time of purchase. You can find it all over Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure, and you can even pick him up at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa at the Craftsman Grill.
There is also a Disneyland 70th Mad Tea Party teacups bottle topper. This one looks like teacups, like a stack of teacups with Alice in the front, or on the top, I should say, and it lights up. So, of course, that's something exciting. At Disneyland, this is at the Bayou Country food cart, the churros and lemonade in Bayou Country, basically all the churro places. Yeah, so just go for churros.
So now, please correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't been paying that close of attention, which is very, very possible. Have bottle toppers always included straws? Because this one, at least with the photo, I thought this was a straw clip at first, because there's a straw kind of looks like it's down through the stack of teacups there.
Yeah.
So this must be so you can turn your soda bottle into like a strawed beverage?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I really like this Jiminy Cricket.
It's so cute.
Bucket though. A sipper or sipper?
Did you see the like lanyard that's on it?
No, because your giant water bottles.
It's a Disneyland 70th print like on the lanyard. And it's got like, it's Pinocchio themed. See that?
Cool. I like Jiminy Cricket, so I
love
feel like this would be like a
So-
cool.
It's so good.
All right, moving over to Flo's V8 Cafe. There's some new items here. First
It's
is
a new menu.
Oh, well, there you go. First off, this all starts January 20th, to be clear. So this is different than some of the other stuff, which started on the 8th. This starts on January 20th. So the first item is a Big Dipper cheeseburger. It's a beef patty, American cheese, B&B pickles, and caramelized onion on a toasted bun with pepperoncini cheese sauce. Serve a choice of cuties and mandarin oranges. Is that what this is?
That's what that is.
It's interesting because it's like cut in half.
It's cut in half and like in a bed of cheese sauce.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm intrigued.
Me too. I'm intrigued. That's a perfect word for this. We also have the Winner's Circle chicken and waffles, which are crispy, golden fried chicken and buttermilk waffle topped with whipped butter and, of course, a drizzle of
This
maple
is
syrup.
on my list.
That's on your list?
It's on my list.
I think one of the salads that we're coming up on here is on my list.
If you are a plant-based fan, the Fillmore Groovy Greens is available. It's a romaine and kale, bean and corn salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, crispy quinoa, toasted sunflower seeds, and zesty dressing.
You can also get the Fillmore's Groovy Greens topped with some chicken fenders, aka chicken tenders for you non-Cars Radiator Springs people that don't know what a fender is versus a tender.
Right.
So same salad, just topped with crispy chicken fenders. I don't know if I want to try it with or without the fenders, but the salad sounds delightful. There's also the Ka-Cheeseburger, which is a beef patty, American cheese, lettuce, tomato, and B&B pickles on toasted bun. Serve a choice of cutie mandarin oranges or fries. Bread and butter pickles is what B&B pickles are for those of you wondering.
Okay. So they also have a fast track loaded fries, which are fries topped with a hearty chili, pepperoncini cheese sauce, sliced pepperoncini, and diced onions. That is quite a lot of
They're loaded. Those are loaded fries. You can also get a cup of chili, which is a hearty chili with cheddar cheese, diced onions. This is adorable. A cone-shaped cornbread.
That is probably the thing
So
I
it's
like.
a cone.
I'm very excited.
It's cone bread. then.
Did they say cone bread?
They did
No,
not. That
they
is
should've.
a missed opportunity there. Cone bread.
They also have some mini buckwheat waffles, which are 2 mini buckwheat waffles served with sugar-free syrup.
I am the most excited for the next section because
Drinks.
they're getting new beverages. We're starting with the Start Your Engine cold brew. This is Joffrey's shaken Jamaican cold brew with caramel premium syrup and a swirl of caramel topped with house-made caramel flavored cream. And if that wasn't enough caramel, there is also a caramel sauce drizzle.
That's a lot of caramel.
I want it. I want it so bad. I've had the Joffrey's shaken Jamaican cold brew from over in Walt Disney World because Joffrey's, of course, is the coffee of choice in Disney World. And I am so excited that we're getting more Joffrey's and more locations that we can get cold brews specifically in the Disneyland Resort.
You can have that, and I'll get the stop sign cream soda
I'm
pop.
excited about this one too.
Sprite with house-made strawberry and coconut cream topped with house-made strawberry cream and strawberry flavored flakes.
The flavored flakes is probably the thing that I'm the least excited about with this.
It looks like frosted flakes, but strawberry.
Feels like they might get soggy quick, but
Well,
that's
it's just
okay.
like
you can ask for a spoon and eat them off real
It's like
quick.
the one that's in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, but the little Cocoa Puff things are a little bit more stout, I feel.
Sure.
But this, delicious. And if the Start Your Engine cold brew feels like a little bit too much extra caramel for you, you can get just a cold brew Joffrey shaken Jamaican off the menu there as well. Of course, the classic shakes are still at Flo's, so that's vanilla chocolate or a strawberry shake topped with road gravel, aka crushed Oreo type cookies. And then there's a couple of different adult beverages available there as well. This was not on my radar that Flo's would be getting a menu overhaul.
we don't
but
usually eat at Flo's is the other
I
thing.
think it's I'm curious though, because now I'm wondering if they're going to have, like, they've got, like, to me, chicken and waffles could be a breakfast item. And then we've got the buckwheat waffles. So I'm kind of wondering, and the coffees. So I'm kind of wondering if
It
Flo's is
doesn't
going to
say
be
breakfast only, so
Well, I'm curious if they're going to be open now for breakfast, whereas
It'd be
before
a
it was
good
just a lunch
location.
and dinner thing. So, yeah, very excited.
Well,
okay,
continuing
moving
on at Little Red Wagon over at Disneyland. Again, we're back to starting on January 8th. We have the blueberry lemonade, which is lemonade with blueberry coulis.
This looks delightful as well.
You're just a drink person.
I am. through and through. I am here for the fun themed beverages.
Here's your strawberry stuffed croissant, but this is a returning favorite.
But for good reason. If you have not had the strawberry croissant at Jolly Holiday,
it is very good.
Do yourself a favor. I was a little worried. I'm not a big breakfast person in general, and definitely not like heavy sweet things. So I was a little nervous about this. Somehow it is, even though it has like pastry cream, it's very light and delightful.
Yeah. It's more like a light whipped cream than a big thing. So what else is new at Jolly Holiday?
Another wonderful thing that's coming back is the beef birria toasted cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
So new plant-based item at Jolly Holiday Bakery is the garden grain salad. It's made with arugula, roasted red pepper, cucumber, couscous, farro, garbanzo beans, tomatoes, croutons, and red wine vinaigrette served with a breadstick. This looks light, refreshing, delightful. This would be so wonderful on a hot summer day.
They also have the peanut butter brownie slice, which is a brownie slice topped with peanut butter mousse, melted peanut butter, and chocolate. I'm wondering if that's going to be... See, like, for me, there's a balance of peanut butter, and I'm wondering if that's going to be too much peanut butter, but I guess we'll find out.
I don't know. I'm curious. This one looks delightful. It looks rich, but it looks delightful. And for those of you maybe not in a peanut butter mood, we have a peach cobbler cheesecake that is also new at the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. It is peach cheesecake with peach filling, oat cobbler, and a vanilla glaze.
It looks pretty good.
None of these things thus far have we read, and I'm like, maybe not that.
So the Plaza Inn salmon is returning. They're also bringing in a meatloaf, which I assume is going to be similar to the meatloaf they had for the dining package. It's a baked meatloaf with ketchup, Worcestershire glaze, mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, and a buttermilk biscuit.
However, you know what it is missing?
What?
Mashed peas. Because dining package had the mashed peas. It looks, I don't know, it looks delightful. I would have.
I'm not a big meatloaf fan.
Maybe as like a fall winter time menu item, since it's a more hearty meal. But
sure.
Anyways, so the wonderful themed cake that will be new at the Plaza Inn is the pineapple upside down cake, which is pineapple cake with crushed pineapple filling, pineapple mousse, and a pineapple buttercream topped with cherries.
This sounds so good.
Yeah, sign me up.
They also have a strawberry mini cake coming back. And then, of course, the cookies and cream chocolate cake, which is a chocolate cake with cookies and cream mousse, topped with whipped frosting, chocolate sauce, and cookie crumble. This looks really good. I feel like if you want something light for dessert, you do the pineapple. And if you want something a little more decadent, you do this.
Okay. We don't have a trip officially on the books yet. I would book a trip just so I could try these, not these specific cakes, but like
all of the food.
And we would have to stop at the Plaza Inn at least twice so that we could try both of these cakes. Cause you're right. It would be a mood thing, would be how you'd have to make that decision. Over at the Galactic Grill, we have a new breakfast item for the little ones, the Mini Meteor Pancakes Kids Meal, which comes with eggs, bacon, mini pancakes, seasonal fruit, and a choice of small Dasani water or a small low-fat milk.
I would just like to say that as somebody who loves pancakes but always gets too much pancakes, I think this might be potentially a good-sized breakfast for me. Because pancakes, I don't know what it is about pancakes, but pancakes seem to like hit my stomach and then like balloon. So I can usually eat like a quarter stack.
Yeah, pancakes are a little heavy.
Yeah. So
for sure.
I might want to try this because I think it might be just the right amount of everything. So we'll see.
I wanted to just note this. It is not new, but I don't remember this one before. Over at Alien Pizza Planet, there's something called the Green Drink, which is made with pineapple juice, ginger beer, lemon lime Powerade, lemon sorbet, and a splash of vanilla, served with lychee popping spheres. This also sounds delightful. It's not. It apparently not new. Just new to me, but I wanted to mention it just in case any fellow fun beverage lovers out there also.
I feel like you could make, like, if you lived in California and you like wanted to start a YouTube channel, your whole thing could be like, we're going to Disneyland today. We're going to try like 3 drinks.
Beverages of Disneyland.
Yep. Well, over at the Riverbell Terrace, they have a shrimp lemon caper pasta, which has spinach, tomatoes, chives, and fried capers on it. This sounds pretty good.
I would try the next one. which is the impossible meatloaf, which is served with roasted potatoes, garden vegetables, tomato glaze, and fried shallots. That sounds good.
One of our other favorite locations to dine at is Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante. And in there, they have a couple of duo tacos. The first one is a duo tacos with carne asada, which are corn tortillas with tomatillo sauce and pickled onion habanero served with tortilla chips and salsa fresca. I would eat this. I love their tacos.
And they also have the duo tacos with chicken. Same thing, corn tortillas with tomatillo sauce and pickled onion habanero served with tortilla chips and salsa fresca.
They also have a burrito sonora with carne asada, which is rice and beans wrapped in a flour tortilla with guajillo sauce, sour cream, and cotija cheese served with tortilla chips and salsa fresca. Also a good choice.
Oh, so many delicious things. So for our plant-based friends, there is the new Hacienda salad, which is a kale romaine mix, cilantro, avocado ranch, grilled achiote marinated mushrooms, grilled nopal salsa, and grilled chili lime corn riblets.
Sounds.
If it wasn't for the mushrooms on here, I would be. That's just because I cannot enjoy them, but that doesn't mean you cannot enjoy them. But yeah.
So Cafe Daisy is quickly becoming the place to get cool food stuff in the park, and it's no exception this time. This time they have a Caesar salad garden wrap, which is romaine and kale salad with sun-dried tomato bean spread and a creamy Caesar dressing served with fries. This looks really good.
I wish Vern was up here because I'm thrilled with how many new plant-based items they're adding to the menu. Now, I have not done extensive research to verify that they didn't take off existing plant-based things and these are just replacing, so we're ending up, the same amount. But I just am so excited for our plant-based veggie friends that they have so many more delicious sounding options all around the Disney resort, because we've had and enjoyed many, many plant-based things. In fact, I prefer some of the plant-based options, and because they just do such a good job with them at Disney. And I'm thrilled for all of our plant-based friends that they're getting more and more delicious options.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Another new thing at Cafe Daisy, which for some reason is one of those they didn't have this before. There's mac and cheese now. It's called the Mac and Cheesy, available at Cafe Daisy, but it's mac and cheese served with Cutie's Mandarin orange applesauce and a choice of small Dasani water or low-fat milk, which is a kid's meal item.
Also new is chicken tenders, also for the kids' meal, served with Cutie's Mandarin orange applesauce, a choice of small Dasani water or small low-fat milk.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is it wild that there weren't chicken tenders and mac and cheese available in Toontown until apparently now?
It's there now.
That
That's
feels
what matters.
Like it just naturally should have always existed in Toontown.
You would think so. I wonder if they're replacing the flopovers, though,
I do need to take a moment and point out the Daisy Dog. So Olivia, one of our wonderful community managers, was recently at the resorts and was beside herself because, for those of you that don't know, the Daisy Dog is a beef-long, foot-long hot dog. But what makes it ridiculous is the bun is not proportional to the dog. So you have a regular sized hot dog bun trying to hang on for dear life to the foot long sized hot dog. And it makes total sense that exists in Toontown because it's wacky. But yeah, if you haven't spied this, it's just comical.
Do you know what makes me happy about the Daisy Dog is it's a regular hot dog bun, because a lot of the Disneyland now has that weird bread thing that I don't really like.
The folded grilled bread.
Over at Red Rose Tavern, they've done some of these folds previously, and it looks like now they're having a breakfast fold. So they have a breakfast Fantasyland Fair fold, which is a flour tortilla filled with cheese, hash brown, egg, bacon, sausage, and a creamy aioli. Looks pretty good.
There's also a cottage salad, which is romaine hearts, hard-boiled eggs, bacon, marinated tomatoes, chicken, and cucumbers, served with a green goddess ranch.
Can I just mention that the picture that they took for this is ridiculous? It looks like there's just a pile of veggies that are chopped up and put on a cutting board. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's not in a bowl. Hopefully that's not how they serve. I'm sure that's not how they serve it.
No, that can't be, right? Not. They also have a Gaston burger, which is a beef patty, pastrami, cheese, pickles, sauteed onions, and bell peppers, and pepperoncini burger served with Cutie's Mandarin oranges or fries.
A pepperoncini burger.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It probably has it like in the patty. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, okay. Well, we've moved on. This is working out quite well. We're not even like intentionally doing this, but my favorite item on this new menu is, of course, the Black Cherry Tavern Cold Brew, which is a chocolate cold brew with a black cherry topper. What could go wrong here? That just sounds delightful.
Could be good. Could be good.
Dang,
well, no, I'm just thinking like I'm trying to think of flavors that would override coffee, which is my big thing.
Oh, sure. Black cherry and chocolate.
Over at Maurice's Treats, they have a couple things. They have a cheesy garlic pretzel bread with bratwurst, which I think they had this before, but not at Maurice's. I think it was over at Edelweiss. But the second one, this is on my list.
I'm excited about this one. So we tried the original cookie croissant. However, they now have a new version, the chocolate cookie croissant, or chocolate croissant cookie. I bet you this one's better. It's a flat croissant, so they think of a croissant and then smush it down like a I don't know, pancake.
Do you think there's somebody back there like with a bunch of croissants and they're just like roller pinning over it
and
to
like
make these,
flattening them? Yeah. Maybe, but it's a flat croissant which is filled with chocolate and coated in sugar. I do enjoy the photo for this because to kind of show it off, they have it up on the edge so you can see just how thin it is.
Yeah. I wonder how they got that to balance like that. I don't know. That's really good.
Skills.
Magic.
Skills.
All right. What do you think about this tiramisu nitro cold brew?
What do you mean?
Which is a nitro cold brew with dark chocolate syrup topped with tiramisu cream. I'm
all for this. So before they had a mocha nitro cold brew over there, which was nice because it was good for all cold brew lovers because they drizzled the mocha or the chocolate sauce around the edges of the cup. So you could kind of mix it to your sweetness, desired sweetness, right? Because it was not, pre-mixed in there for you. If you didn't like it that sweet, you could just drink the coffee as is. Or if you liked it, on the more sweet side, go ahead and mix it on in. So I'm curious about this because now we also have a cream that's being topped on it. And I am a fan of cold brews topped with cream. I like the cream, I like the creaminess flavor that those cold foams add. So I'm all about that. So many cold brews, so little time.
Well, somebody just drinks. I feel like you just overload.
Lots. And this one, again, does not say it's new, but at the Troubadour Tavern, do you remember the strawberries and cream lemonade? It's a strawberry lemonade with sweet cream topper and an Outshine strawberry frozen fruit bar. Yum. Well, at Cafe Orleans, they have the provincial bean and herb pesto salad, which is field beans, olives, heirloom tomatoes, and pickled shallots with a pesto dressing. Sounds like it could be interesting. There's also the herb roasted chicken Alfredo pasta with wilted spinach, lemon roasted garlic Alfredo sauce, and grana padano, which I need to look that up. I don't know what that is. Famous Italian hard cheese.
Oh, cool. They have a garden vegetable shepherd's pie, which has okra, onions, carrots, and mushrooms topped with mashed potatoes, plant-based, which, again, another item that Teresa can't have because of mushrooms.
Yes, but yay for our plant-based friends.
Yeah.
Yay. There's a lemon icebox cake.
I thought this was going to be like the thing they had at the food.
Oh, that's right. That's why it sounded familiar. Because I'm like,
but it's not.
That sounds like it's something we've had before. That's right. It was
similar.
At the Food and Wine Fest.
Yeah.
The lemon icebox cake. It is a lemon no-bake cheesecake with blueberries and brown sugar oat streusel. Also new.
They also have a berry cream soda, which is Sprite and cream with a splash of berry syrup. That sounds good, too. I am so excited for this next thing.
So this is going to sound really strange, but this is a new menu item at the Harbor Galley. It is the garlic bread soup topper. So what they did here, quite genius if you ask us, is, when you get your bread bowl and they take, the lid, I guess, off the bread bowl. So like the part that becomes the bowl, that section, they have turned that into garlic bread. So it is doused in a garlic butter, toasted to perfection. It even looks like it's got a little bit of cheese melted on the top there. Ooh,
it looks really good.
Be brilliant.
Why
did they not do this for fall and winter?
Here's the downside for me is I love this idea, but I also love taking that sourdough bread from this part and like dipping it in my soup.
Well, now you get to do that with garlic bread
instead.
instead.
They also have a ratatouille soup, which is roasted tomatoes, garlic, zucchini, and eggplant garnished with roasted squash and eggplant with the garlic bread topper.
Okay.
So if you want the ratatouille soup, it also comes with the bread soup topper as well.
That's going to come this fall, if it is still on the menu, that definitely. Soup in summer is not a good combination for me. I like eating cold, chilled foods, so I like salads and such in the summer, whereas soups and stuff are more of a fall winter thing for me.
Yeah.
But, does that look good? Okay, moving on to Tiana's Palace.
Again.
Back over. So we have a new andouille sausage po' boy. So it's a roasted andouille sausage, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and a remoulade sauce on toasted New Orleans French bread, served with collard greens and house-made pickles.
That's fascinating. I didn't read the description of this, but a remoulade sauce on the... that could be really good.
Could be.
Also, this is something that they have listed as new, but I literally ate this, so I don't know what the deal is.
But it has collard greens now.
Oh, okay. Shrimp and grits, which are shrimp simmered in Creole sauce with collard greens and cheesy grits. I thought it was really good when I had it.
So it's a new twist on an old favorite.
Sure.
Speaking
of an old favorite.
Bengal barbecue. Yeah, definitely old favorite here. We have a chicken teriyaki skewer. So that is exactly what you would think it is. It is chicken skewer in a teriyaki sauce.
They also have a pork and vegetable skewer, which is a grilled pork belly and asparagus in a tamarind sauce. This could be good. I like the pork belly stuff.
We have
like asparagus.
Another option for our plant-based friends, the bulgogi bean salad. It's made with cucumber, edamame, chickpeas, and bell peppers, tossed in a ginger scallion dressing. This looks also delightful.
All right, here's another one for you, Teresa. The tropical slushy. It's passion fruit, orange, guava, and lychee syrup with a chili lime rim.
Excellent options. Moving on over to Disney California Adventure Park, the Fiddler, Pfeiffer, and Practical Cafe, also known as Starbucks. For those of you that don't know, there's an actual Disney name for the location. There is a berry chia pudding parfait, which is made with berry yogurt, almond milk, chia pudding, granola, honey, peanut butter, and topped with some fresh berries. That would be a great grab and go breakfast item.
I looked at this and I thought it was a drink at first. I was like, that sounds kind of good. And I'm like, oh, it's a parfait.
You could probably use a straw and it'd just be a really, really thick smoothie.
Sure. Yeah, especially getting that peanut butter through there. This one actually made my list, a salami and provolone wrap. It has salami, provolone, romaine, parmesan, red onions, and sun-dried tomatoes, pepperoncini, and pepperoncini aioli in a tortilla served with cuties, mandarin orange, and grapes. I'm going to have to get over the spice thing because so many things that sound good have this pepperoncini and the spices in there.
Okay, we need to do some spice training. You can I have faith. Pepperoncinis, we can get there.
Sure.
Heading down the street to Smoothies, we have an iced honey matcha tea, which is made with honey cold foam and a cute little honey cereal topper.
So is this the same as what you had before, but this has matcha tea instead of a cold brew? Because you had a honey cold brew that had a honeycomb thing on top of it.
Nope. So that was the Lassie, and I think it was the DCA Food and Wine Festival that had the little honeycomb toppers on it. So it was a Food and Wine Festival item.
Okay.
I think it was the Mango Lassie. Now I'm not remembering what that drink was that had those. It was delightful.
Sure.
And I remember where the booth was located that we got it. Different.
Okay.
Same cereal, different beverage. But you can also get this as an adult version as well. So the soju matcha cocktail, which is topped with honey cold ferment honey cereal as well. Just comes in the infamous little bright yellow glass instead.
At Studio Catering Company in Hollywood Lounge, which I forget even exists most of the time, back in Hollywoodland, they have a strawberry limeade served with a sliced strawberry. So nothing too exciting, but something.
It looks delicious and refreshing nonetheless.
Oh,
this is so fun. So around the corner over to Terran Treats, we have Infinity Cream Puffs. So you get 6 mini cream puffs, 6 different colors, one for each of the Infinity Stones, of course. But they are raspberry, cotton candy, key lime, strawberry, pabana, and orange cream flavors.
What is pabana?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's delightful. Oh, passion fruit, banana, mango, and lemon. I like the mushed up word of those.
Sure.
Of those things together. Pabana.
I love the cream puffs. I like the texture of the cream puffs and the fact that you could get a set with different flavors. Oh, that would be really good. Over at Pim Test Kitchen, I'm also very excited for this first item, is a formulated French toast. It's bacon, blueberry flavored popping spheres, a Jamaica syrup, whipped cream, and sprinkles. There's also a kid's version available. This looks really good.
I don't know if producer James heard about this next
Oh,
item.
I told him about this when I was going through it the other day.
There's the Verde variant chilaquiles. So it is tortilla chips tossed in a tomatillo salsa, scrambled eggs, bacon, queso fresco, pickled onions, and crema, which is available for breakfast.
Yeah, I said, look, we might not have to get a dining reservation if you want to go do something. And he said he's not sure that if they could come up to that level.
I mean, it is scrambled eggs versus what is it, like an over easy egg for the ones that you enjoy at the Lamplight Lounge. But yeah, there it is.
Okay, this doesn't say new, but I want to mention it. So this is the recalculated breakfast. It doesn't say new on the foodie guide, but it is definitely new. It's a steamed egg. Okay, so imagine that. I have to paint this picture for the listeners. It is like a boiled egg cut in half, and they put bacon inside of it.
Stuffed with bacon, crispy potato bites, and a toasted particle bread. I don't know if I'm like I don't know what to think about this. With the egg. You know what's wild though? Like looking at this photo, it almost looks like a bun.
Yeah, but it's an egg.
I wouldn't have known that was an egg.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone needs to try
that. It doesn't say new, but that's definitely new.
Somebody needs to try that and report back for science.
But this next one we had before.
And
it does say new.
And it does say new again. It's the Experiment 7290. The cookies and cream cold brew, which is made with chocolate cookie cold brew with a sweet cold foam. So the only thing that I can figure is we meaning Disney, like as though I'm like part of this, but like is the only thing I can figure is that it's a slightly different variation or recipe than what we had before. But the thing that's kind of a bummer about this, it's only available for breakfast. So you cannot have an afternoon cookies and cold brew from him. You have to go get this during their breakfast time only.
Do you want to know what's crazy?
A lot
this
of things.
Is so weird, but it like freaking me out a little bit. My address when I lived in California in the house we lived in was 7290 Bolita Avenue.
Look at that. Small world.
So I'm like Disney.
And for those of you that don't know, this is the one and only cold brew or coffee drink that Tag had and enjoyed, so much so that you ended up with your very own.
That's true.
Of this.
That's true.
This was the first time the cookies and cream cold brew came out. I want to say this is now the third variation because each time it's come out, it said that it's new.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at that. So it's like it new. It's the one for you, Tag. It's the one.
So at Lucky Fortune Cookery in San Francisco Square, they have the San Francisco Noodle Stir Fry, which is fried tofu, broccoli, mushroom, sesame oil, and soy sauce. This is plant-based, and there's a kids version available.
And there is also same dish, the San Francisco Noodle Stir Fry, but you can also get it with a Karaage-inspired crispy chicken. So same lineup, just with chicken instead. So still the tofu. You still get, that's interesting. Still comes with the tofu, broccoli, mushroom, sesame oil, and soy sauce, but also includes chicken. There is also a new variation of the very cute, very Instagrammable macaron,
which is the matcha raspberry Baymax macaron filled with a raspberry jelly and matcha buttercream.
Ooh, how do you feel about that?
I'm kind of off-put by the green color, but...
Well, that's matcha. Have you had matcha before?
I'm sure I have, but...
So you're not sure about
I don't know.
The green coming out of...
I had a macaron phase, and I feel like I've kind of come out of the Disneyland macaron phase. Well, so,
you came out of that a while ago.
That's what I mean. I've come out of it a long time ago. It
seemed actually like you were potentially coming back into it, but maybe not. Huh?
Maybe not.
All right, heading to Aunt Cass Cafe next. They have a ginger sesame tofu salad, which is marinated tofu, romaine lettuce, and ginger sesame dressing. Also another fantastic plant-based option.
And if you want the same exact thing, but with chicken, you can do that. It's the same thing, just has chicken.
They have a Dutch crunch baguette that's going to be available there, which is also plant-based.
This has that, like... texture that the puff things have.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not sure.
What is a Dutch crunch baguette?
It's just
for the cracked crust.
A unique type of bread known for its crackled crust.
Anyway, interesting. They also have a chocolate Japanese-style fluffy cheesecake topped with cherry sauce. So they used to have just a Japanese-style fluffy cheesecake. This time it is chocolate. It has made my list because I did feel like it was missing something. So maybe adding the chocolate will bring it around.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, at the port of San Francisco's Cerveceria, they have Japanese peanuts that are now available.
What is that?
I'm not sure. A snack item.
Japanese peanuts.
So
known as manji ojis are a peanut-based snack food.
Oh, it's a peanut-based
Peanuts encased in a hard and crunchy, slightly sweet wheat flour shell and a hint of soy sauce. That could be interesting.
Very interesting. I like it. And then also Cocina Cucamonga Mexican Grill has a cantaloupe agua fresca, which is another delicious sounding drink item that will be available.
At the cappuccino cart, we're back there again. There's the iced matcha latte, and you can also get a banana cold foam add-on.
I am thinking of the possibilities because the banana cold foam is an add-on. So that means, while yes, you can add it on to your iced matcha latte if you so choose, you could add it on to other menu items there at the cappuccino cart. The possibilities are, I don't want to say endless, but there's more possibilities than just one new menu item. So that's pretty darn exciting. Lamplight Lounge is next up on our list. We have pork belly bao bun, which is made with pickled onions and serranos, crispy chicharron, calamansi citrus, aioli, and micro cilantro.
These look good. Again, I'm a big pork belly fan. I love bao buns. And the serranos I can pick off.
There was, I don't remember what it was, but it was from Lamplight. They were bao. Like these open face kind of bao bun things that I had before, and it was amazing. I think it was pork belly. It was not this same lineup of other toppings on it, but I have high hopes for this if it's anything like that other bao that I had quite a while ago from Lamplight. So yeah, these are on my list as well.
There's also an agua chile verde with hamachi, cucumber, pickled pearl onions, avocado, spiced mayo, chili rojo, salsa matcha, and micro cilantro served with tostadas. It's not saying that it's new, but I just need to let everyone know about the name of this next beverage. It's made with espresso vodka, cold brew, and agave, but it's called a sarcasm. Like, chasm, like a big expanse. I didn't know if the joke was landing for those of that are listening because they can't see the chasm. Oh, that's funny. Maybe it's late and maybe I need cold brew because we're talking about it, but I just found that entertaining. Paradise Garden Grill has an agua chile loaded chips, which are zesty chips topped with lime cooked shrimp, fresh cucumbers, and red onion with an agua chile salsa.
Interesting.
I gotta look up what an agua chile salsa is, or what agua chile is.
There are, holy cow, lots of new things coming to the wine country Trattoria. There's a grapefruit salad, which is made with spring mix tossed in a grapefruit vinaigrette with citrus segments, mint, shaved fennel, candied pistachios, and an orange vanilla mascarpone.
Sounds good.
And you can also get it with grilled shrimp if you choose.
So they have a pull-apart cheese bread, which actually sounds different than normal because it's a pesto romano focaccia bread, whipped herb ricotta, mozzarella, tomato coulis, red pepper flakes, and micro herbs. That sounds really tasty.
This also would be on my list. There's a lemon tiramisu with limoncello, blueberries, and mint. Yum.
They also have a banana brulee tart. Ooh. Which is a vanilla tart with bruleed bananas topped with banana coconut whipped cream.
Oh, man. Okay. And if you're still in the banana mood, there's a frozen banana mudslide cocktail, which is made with vanilla vodka, Kahlua Bailey's Irish cream, banana liqueur, and half and half. Are the Savannah Bananas going to be visiting Disneyland again? Because we've got a banana theme going on.
They just have a lot
of
leftover bananas from when they were there. They also, what is that? That's like a alcoholic beverage stuff. That
lime thyme, which is limoncello, Tanqueray Jim, lime juice, thyme, and sparkling water. And then, there's a new Paloma, there's a Negroni, and Rinascimento. I am butchering those, but other delightful sounding adult beverages available.
Over at the Mendocino Terrace, which I forget is there half the time. This is also on my list. They have an Italian sandwich, a pesto romano focaccia. I love focaccia bread, by the way. I don't know if you know that I love focaccia bread. I love focaccia bread. It comes with prosciutto, salami, chorizo, Asiago, arugula, and pepperoncini spread and olives.
I was like, I don't even recognize the name of this restaurant. It's because I just looked it up and I forget that this little counter that's like just off of the wine country restaurant is like,
there.
That it's there and it's called something different. And actually, usually the Sonoma Terrace, if there's some sort of like food item, it's available at the Sonoma Terrace. I feel like what is this one called? Mendocino Terrace is usually just drinks like wines, maybe beers.
Well, they got this little. I assume that this is something they could just serve.
Some little sandwiches there too. Interesting. If you thought we're done, well, you're almost correct. We have one more location, and that is the Smoke Jumpers Grill. There is a new strawberry summer salad. It's going to be made with grilled chicken, baby arugula, baby spinach, strawberry tahini vinaigrette, caramelized onions, feta, and candied walnuts. Delightful. I'm loving all these salads.
Yeah. And that, my friends,
this is interesting. I want to I just want to mention this real quick because, again, it doesn't say that this is new, but I don't remember there being empanadas available at outdoor vending locations. Specifically, this is a ham and cheese empanada served with a tomatillo salsa. So if you're looking for something like quick grab and go, maybe check that out. But yeah, thank you for joining us for this very long edition of SnackChat. Poor James has been patiently waiting over there in Trivia Land. But yeah, I cannot believe how massive of an update that one little, just some new treats and things coming in 2020. That was way more than just sweets and treats. Way more.
They're just doing an overhaul, man. An overhaul.
Yeah, they are.
Well, it is that time again for our friend Eric over at Concierge to catch us up on other Disney news.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric Johnson with Concierge, and welcome to the D180. While Teg and Teresa cover all things Disneyland in the D180, we take a spin around the rest of the Disney universe, and we do it in 180 seconds. So let's jump right in. Hey, we made it to 2026. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get some more trips to Disney parks on the books. I know I have a big Walt Disney World trip coming this summer, so I'm really looking forward to getting those plans together. Do you know what I miss, though? Disney Magical Express. Oh, my goodness. Like, literally a magic bus that showed up at the airport to whisk you and your luggage to the Walt Disney World Resort. They played cartoons for you on the way. They dropped off your bags in your room a few hours after you showed up, while you got to head out and enjoy your first park day. Sadly, those days have been gone for a little while, but there is some hope. Yep, I can't believe this is happening again either, but we are seeing the beginnings of it now. If you are flying to Orlando with Southwest Airlines and you're staying at one of Disney's value resorts, those are the All-Stars, that's Pop Century, that's Art of Animation, some great options. You can sign up for something like this trip once again. Yeah, for now, it's just Southwest Airlines, and it's just value resorts. But come on. Someone will pick up your bags for you, and someone will deliver them right to your room. This is a great deal and definitely something to consider on your next trip. You can even check in your bags before leaving the hotel at the end of your stay. Pack everything up on your last day, drop it all off, and go have a leisurely breakfast or something. The bus will come and take your family back to the airport on time, and you won't need to touch an entire bag the rest of the way home. Thankfully, I'm a Southwest person, but I do hope they expand this service again to other airlines and other hotels. Until then, there are plenty of other bus-related and transport-related options out there running service from Orlando Airport 24/7. You've got to find some way to get to the parks, right, folks? Ask a concierge. We keep up with all of the options for getting you to your destination, and there are quite a lot of options these days. Once again, welcome to 2026, and please give us a call. I hope you enjoyed our quick spin around the rest of the Disney universe. If you would like to learn more about these Disney adventures or just have a few questions, please come on over. Visit the social media and websites of both DLWeekly and Concierge. Then reach out to your personal travel planner, Teresa. She looks forward to planning something special for you and yours. I'm Eric Johnson, and this has been your D180.
Thanks, Eric.
DL Weekly announces the boarding of the Trivia Express, non-stop star speeder service to the moon of Endor. All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
Hi. I've been waving to you guys for like 40 minutes now.
Remember me?
Well, what
Here
type
in
of
Trivia Land?
food is on the Trivia Land foodie guide?
We don't need food over here to have fun.
Wow.
Knowledge is food for the brain, Tay.
Absolutely.
If only that look could have been like portrayed.
It was a very
through
disgusted
the podcast
yeah.
waves.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. So I've got 5 questions for you this week.
Ooh.
So I dug into a little bit of my archive and decided I'm going to ask the 2 most recent questions that got submitted.
There we go.
One of them's not park related, but it was
That's cutting in line, James.
such a great. I know they really did. So these 2 people clearly bought Lightning Lane, so good for them. And
Lightning Lane Premier Pass. Or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
yeah, one of them is fantastic story. There's no way you get the right answer,
Great. Love it.
but we have good chances otherwise, maybe. So let's start there. So listener Kim wants to know, what is the exact date that the Country Bear Playhouse opened at Disneyland?
No idea. Pass.
That was very fast.
I don't know the exact date, but it was. I'm going to say 1974. Do you have a year?
1974.
No.
Okay.
Teresa just says no, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I like you're just like, nope.
I confessed this on
Oh,
DL
no.
Weekly. I never. Yes, you know this. I
We're
just don't know if I said this.
Over
I'm
400
sure I did.
episodes in and having new confessions.
I know. I think I did because I think.
Well, what's the
everyone knows.
confession?
The first time I ever saw Country Bear Jamboree was when you and I went and saw it in
Yeah,
Walt Disney World.
I knew
I
that.
never got to see Country Bear Jamboree in Disneyland, so somehow I have like. I don't know. That's just a black hole. Like that's a knowledge black hole for me.
It's
That corner of the
Teresa's
park.
Disneyland blind spot.
Yep, exactly.
It's okay.
Country Bear
I
Jamboree.
know there was a Vacation Hoedown only because you've talked about it.
That was the best version. Or the version I grew up with, I should say.
I have negative knowledge back in that little corner. I know the animals are still inside of the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Sometimes I can tell you all 3 names, and other times I get stuck on one of them.
Melvin.
Max and Buff.
I
There you
love
go.
that you all just
Melvin's the one I usually
make up trivia questions in Trivia Land.
Look at
See,
that.
we're so much
It's
fun.
like trivia inception.
Okay, James next.
Let's move from Teresa's blind spot to Teresa's knowledgeable spot then.
No.
How many times does Zero appear in Haunted Mansion Holiday?
Oh, we had this one, I think, at one point, and it's tough. So he's in the pictures, like he flows through the
Do
pictures.
you count each picture as one, or do you
No,
count all?
that
Okay,
counts
one.
as one.
Okay,
He's in the hallway.
He flows through the pictures. He's in the endless hallway. He's for sure with Jack.
Is he in that collage
Collage?
where you load?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, he's for sure with Jack in the graveyard.
Yep. And then they're flying in the silhouette, and he's leading the way on the moon
Yep.
as you're going up
Yep,
the
yep.
ramp.
Trying to think if he's in any of the stretching room portraits.
There's a Jack one, isn't
yeah,
there?
I think. Okay, so we'll say that he's in a stretching room portrait.
Okay.
I'm just going with the attraction, so we will not count the stretching room
Okay.
pre-show part. So,
So are we going to count?
I mean,
the
there's
one
a whole
that's
argument there
the-
to be made, James, of if that's the attraction.
What?
Oh
Okay,
my
when you're
gosh,
sitting
yes.
when you're sitting in a doom buggy.
when you're sitting in a doom buggy,
Well, then
Okay,
the
so then
ones
we're
then the
down to
ones in
2.
that hallway don't count. Yeah.
Yeah, so then we're down to the 2, which is the endless hallway and the no. He's in the ballroom. He's putting the
Yep.
tree topper thing
Yep.
on. Whew.
There you
I
go.
almost had to turn in a card. Attic? No, not in the attic. Okay, we're gonna go with 3.
Because you're not counting the exit one, right, James?
I'm not going to count the exit one either. I would have given you two a pass for that one because that was a very good creative way about it. But if we're going on the attraction,
was that on your list of the exit one?
That was not on my list.
Oh, wow.
My brain, when I read this and wrote it, was Doom Buggy.
Okay,
in the attraction.
Well, you're sitting in the Doom Buggy.
Yep. So glad we clarified that. All right, let's move on to the other side of the park. Question number 3. Each submarine in Finding Nemo's submarine voyage has a unique name and number.
Oh, no.
The number is a 3-digit number distinguished by a change in the first number, but the last 2 numbers are the same. What are they? And if you feel like naming subs, you can do that too, but I know better than to ask you two to do that.
Is it 66? Because, right, is that the year that everything opened? Or
67?
When did everything open? The Matterhorn, the subs? When?
Yeah, 6-7, James. Yep,
6-7. What?
And if you're our niece and nephews, they go 8-9.
Oh, there's a follow-up to 6-7 now, huh? Okay.
Partially.
I'm like seriously brain farting. Was it okay? When did the subs open?
Well, it was they opened in 59.
59.
Because it was with the Matterhorn and with the monorail, remember?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, 59.
just
I'm
had
going to
that.
say 59 is the last 2 digits.
Okey
Unless
dokey.
it's the year that Nemo came out, because they maybe redid them.
Which
That'd
would have
be
been
another fun Easter egg.
Which would have been
2007?
no
2007?
What are you saying? When the attraction opened or when the movie came out?
Movie.
So the movie came out in 2003. There was a
Ooh.
thing that happened in my life that
Ooh.
like is
Do we
is a
okay?
big
So
deal.
do we think it's the movie,
I don't
or
think it's
do we think
03.
it's the year that the subs?
I don't know if it's that either. I feel like it's something else, but whatever. I know Nautilus.
Yes.
And-
I will
Nautilus,
tell
yep.
you, yes. Good job.
And the other ones.
Is there one that's like Nemo for Captain Nemo, or no?
You can't tell us that.
Oh.
No, I will tell you the Nautilus because that's the easy one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I got.
So what
That's-
do we decide? Because the question was the 2 digits.
Well, you said 59.
Yeah. Are you going with that?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay. Question number 4. In Disney California Adventures Cars Land, what is the name of the mountain range that forms the backdrop for Radiator Springs, inspired by a real-world geological formation?
Cadillac Range,
Yep,
isn't it?
Cadillac Range.
Wasn't it a big deal for them to get Cadillac to sign off on that too?
Could be.
All right. That was fast. So, last question, and boy, is this one fun from listener Danielle.
Jeez.
As
When
of...
James is happy, I know it's going to be a bad question.
This is incredible. The story and the answer is even better. So I'm sorry that everyone will have to wait until after whatever is happening happens. As of January 6th, 2026, how many movies has Disney created and obtained due to acquisition?
Oh my Lanta.
Can you tell me what is the first movie on that list and what year was it released?
Well, they acquired 20th Century Fox, so there's probably a really old 20th Century Fox movie in there.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. For amount of movies,
Wow.
Movies.
like you're looking for a number.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even have a grasp. Because you got
750.
ooh, I would have gone higher. I don't know what I would have said, but that I don't know.
Well, there's only been like Disney animated films. There's only been less than 100. You know what I mean? And then Pixar and Marvel didn't, and Star Wars didn't have a lot of count.
I know.
This is a quality list from the D23 website.
Oh,
if
wow.
you're
Don't-
wondering.
so yeah, I have
You know
no,
who would know this?
I have no-
Becky Klein.
I have no concept how many movies like
20th Century Fox
yeah.
had a lot.
Yeah.
Just pick a number.
I
Yeah, you can't sound too bad in this one. So
okay, I'm gonna say I don't know 2,000. What'd you say?
I said 750.
750.
It's like Price is Right. 701. No.
you just can't go over. All right, that's it. That's 5 questions. Probably should call the last one a bonus one for technicalities, but it's a great question regardless. So, but I got 5 answers for you after the discussion topic, or right now.
Well, if you enjoy listening to the show, please consider rating and reviewing the show on your favorite podcast app of choice. It helps other Disney fans become weekly tiers and part of the community.
Looks like we're coming in for a landing, gang. But please stay listening until trivia comes to a stop. And then you can walk to the nearest exit. Thanks for listening to the 8th wonder of the world, DLWeekly.
You're still here. This is
We're
weird.
still here.
We decided not to leave.
It's just kind of fun this way, right? So yeah, okay. Maybe we should hang out longer in the future. Anyway, 5 questions for you, 5 answers. No long wait today. That's great. First question from listener Kim. What is the exact date that the Country Bear Playhouse opened at Disneyland? And that answer is March 4th, 1972.
I was close.
Hey, you were pretty close, actually. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, one of those iterations that happened for those good old Country Bears. Moving on to our second question. I asked, how many times does Zero appear in the Haunted Mansion holiday? We clarified, while you're in a doom buggy. And the correct answer includes the endless hallway, tree decorating in the ballroom, and with Jack in the Gravekeeper spot. That's 3 spots, and that's exactly
Good
what
job,
you two
Teresa.
said. So
Coming out for that one.
nice work. To the other side of the park, each submarine in Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage has a unique name and number. It's a 3-digit number distinguished by a changing first number. What are the last 2 digits? The subs, all 8 of them, end with the numbers 07.
Oh.
So the year that the attraction
Yep.
opened.
You got it.
You were right. You should have gone with your gut.
Well, I said it was either when the original attraction opened. It was one of 3 things, so I wasn't really right. I was narrowing down in the correct direction.
Voyager, Neptune, Mariner, those are ones I see on photos here. What were the names, James?
So I will get those to you. But to answer your other question, they did renumber them because it was originally 301, 302, 303, 304, etc. in the original.
Oh.
So the 107 is still the Nautilus. The 207 is Scout, formerly the Neptune, formerly the Seawolf.
The Seawolf.
Seawolf's a cool name.
307 is Voyager, formerly Sea Star, formerly Skate.
Oh,
407 is the Mariner, formerly Explorer, formerly Skipjack. Great name. 507 is Seafarer, formerly Seeker, formerly Triton. 607 is the Explorer, formerly Argonaut, formerly George Washington.
Oh.
Yeah, because they were named after, I think, like actual naval things, weren't they?
Like Triton, yeah, and Skipjack. 707, the Neptune, formerly Triton as well, and formerly Patrick Henry.
What I mean is they were named after like naval ships.
Yeah. And then 807 has now taken up the Argonaut name. It was formerly the Seawolf, popular name, and formerly Ethan Allen.
What's curious is how many times they recycled and changed names. Like, why didn't, like, the Seawolf was like 2 different subs at 2 different points in times, and same thing with like the Argonaut.
Who's to know?
Interesting. Huh. Look at that. See? Food for your brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My 4th question for you is, in Disney California Adventures Cars Land, what is the name of the mountain range that forms the backdrop for Radiator Springs, inspired by real-world geological formations? This is inspired by Arizona's Monument Valley, housed in Carburetor County in Cars, inside of Ornament Valley.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cadillac Range.
It's like you really took us on a trip there, James.
I mean, that's what cars are supposed to do, right? So
Okay, so we have a big story here.
we have a big story, and this is absolutely fantastic. An incredible family tradition from Danielle. As of January 6, 2026, so you can tell how recent this question is. So, winning the lottery. How many movies has Disney created and obtained due to acquisition? What is the first movie on that list, and what year was it released? The correct answer for the number of movies is 837.
See, I was fairly close.
You were not too far off.
really thought you'd be way
Zootopia
more.
2 is the most recent one on there.
Which one?
Zootopia 2 is
Oh,
the
okay,
most
yep.
recent. The first one is where it all began. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937.
Really? That there's not...
And that counts like the 20th Century Fox movies?
Says from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe, here's a complete list of Disney films.
I don't think that's...
It might not have
that
all the
doesn't
20th
count
Century
20th Century
ones,
Fox.
so
That just looks like it's Disney, Pixar.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
It's like their main...
You talked yourself into it, so maybe
Well, that's
Danielle
even
tricked
more
you
crazy.
Now I'm curious what it would have been
with all of them.
with all of them.
Yes, but my gosh, there's so many. Okay, so here's the cool story from Danielle and family. As part of a savings plan, our family will watch each movie on this list in chronological order before we go on our next Disneyland trip.
Holy buckets.
We decided to, quote, pay $10 for each movie. Unless we want to skip or can't find the movie, then it's $15 to skip a movie as our savings for the trip.
Oh, that's cool.
We started our mission on this October 17th, 2025. And as of this question submission, January 6th, 2026, they are currently on movie 54, Nikki, Wild Dog of the North.
Interesting.
A movie I never thought I would get to talk about in Trivia Land or anything of the sort, because I've never heard of it. And there it is.
It is funny because I'm looking through some of these because we've got like Touchstone pictures as part of it. So like right here, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion is technically on this list, which is not Kazam.
Oh, Kazam's a classic.
There's a lot of like, interesting ones that you're like, oh, well, I mean, if you're going to include Touchstone.
Also, just to close the loop, I found movieinsider.com. For 20th Century Fox, they said that 20th Century Studios has 340 movie releases in the completed production status. This means the films have confirmed release dates. They've been released or are coming soon total. So let me see if I can find what the oldest one was.
Ooh, good question.
I don't think this goes back to the
wait a
oldest
minute.
one.
Snow White was the first one. Do we not have the live action Disney movies?
Some of them are on here. Maybe there weren't technically like full feature films.
See, this list is weird too because like, oh, well, I guess Star Wars is 20th Century Studios because I was looking here that like Sound of Music was on here. The 3 original Star Wars movies was on here. This doesn't seem right.
Because I'm confused now because they working on 20,000 Leagues Under the Seas not long before Disneyland was
around that time frame, I think.
Huh. There's 20,000 Leagues. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think the first was... I thought there was maybe live action before. But no. I guess the Alice, like, because it was like the Alice comedies and such, but those weren't movies per se. Interesting.
I just go with what D23 says.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%. 100%.
So,
unless we're trying to lump in the 20th Century Studios films along
so 20th Century Studios, like they've had different names. So they've had 20th Century and then Fox and all this stuff.
Oh, and they date back to 1914.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They go back to 1914 with the oldest movie being on there is Gertie the Dinosaur from February 8th, 1914.
Wow.
And
amazing.
Interestingly, none of the Fox films from 1919 are known to exist in full. Fascinating.
So
But look how many
we don't know how many there are in 20th Century Fox because just that one studio name had a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a thing to rabbit hole to go down on another day.
It sure is. And maybe the listeners will do it for us.
Maybe.
And then we can just ask a trivia question in the near future. So listeners, if you're up for that or have great ideas or cool traditions to share that can be tied into a trivia question, especially if you can make it park related, I'm all on board. Make it happen. Send them in to producer Vern and I. Just go to our website, DLWeekly.net/trivia.
Well, we will be back next week with more Disneyland news and information.
Until then, go out and enjoy the parks.
A special thank you to Sidel for editing the podcast, Andy Mack for all of the wonderful character transitions, and also shout out to James D for supporting at the Club 33 level.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal podcast companion. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this episode? My scans indicate you have been a good weekly tier. Have a lollipop. Now excuse me while I let out some air. Goodbye.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.